All right, if you're deep in the books for that NSA CPT exam, you know that being a top-tier trainer is about so much more than just sets and reps. Today, we're going to tear into Chapter 24, Facility Layout and Maintenance. Seriously, this is the behind-the-scenes stuff that separates the real pros from the amateurs. It's all about creating a safe, professional space where your clients can get amazing results. So let's break down exactly what you need to know to crush this part of the exam. So here's our game plan for today. First up, we're going to look at the blueprint for designing the perfect facility. Then we'll talk about gearing up, how to pick the absolute best equipment. After that, we'll get into the zone, figuring out the perfect layout and spacing for maximum flow and safety. From there, it's all about the daily grind of maintenance, and finally, we'll cover Code Red, what to do in an emergency. This is your A to Z guide for running a world-class training space. You know, this slide right here gets to the heart of what this chapter is all about. The NSCA isn't just testing if you know your anatomy. They're testing if you're a true professional. See, anyone can count reps, but can you build and manage the entire environment where your clients train? Your responsibility goes beyond the person in front of you. It includes the floor, the walls, and every single piece of gear. That's the mindset you need to walk in with on exam day. Okay, let's dive right in, starting from the very, very beginning. The blueprint. You know, a facility's success or failure is often decided long before anyone even picks up a dumbbell. I'm serious, it all starts with a plan. So the NSCA gives us this clear 4-phase roadmap for building a facility, and you absolutely have to know these in order. It goes pre-design, design, construction, and pre-operation. I like to remember it with the acronym PDCP: plan, draw, construct, prepare. Trust me, the exam is going to hit you with questions about what happens in each one of these critical stages. And hey, don't just skim past this quote. The NSCA is talking directly to you. They're saying that your input as a trainer is vital from day one. And why is that? Well, think about it. You're the one who lives on that gym floor. You know what the 6 p.m. rush looks like. You know what piece of equipment clients actually use. And you know what makes a space feel energized and motivating. That boots on the ground knowledge is priceless. Okay, big exam alert right here. If there is one phase you burn into your brain, it's this one, the pre-design phase. Now, why is it so critical? Because it's like the foundation of a house. Every single decision you make here affects everything that follows. If you mess up the needs analysis, if you don't really know their target audience, your budget, or your core mission, the whole project is going to be shaky from the start. I can almost guarantee you will see a question about this phase. So the blueprint is solid. Now for the really fun part, filling that amazing space with all the tools of the trade. But hold on, selecting equipment isn't just like going on an Amazon shopping spree. It's a really strategic, multi-step process. The NSCA gives us a super smart 3-phase approach for this. Phase 1 is all about function. What do you and your clients need this thing to do? Phase 2 gets into the nitty-gritty specs. Is it durable? Does it have the right range of motion? And Phase 3, which is huge, is about the company itself. You know, are they going to be there for you when a part breaks? It's all about playing the long game, not just grabbing the cheapest thing you can find. All right, picture this. A huge truck just dropped off a mountain of brand new equipment. Now what? Where in the world does it all go? This section, my friends, is pure gold for the exam because it is jam-packed with specific numbers and rules that are all about safety and creating that perfect workout flow. Let me be crystal clear about this because the NSCA sure is. Proper spacing is not a nice-to-have. It is a non-negotiable, absolute must-have. It's the difference between a client having a safe, efficient workout and you having a liability nightmare on your hands. We're talking about preventing injuries and making sure you can actually see and supervise everyone properly. Okay, look at these numbers. You need to lock these into your brain for the exam. 36 inches for passageways. That's not some random number. It's an ADA requirement for accessibility. 24 inches between machines is the absolute bare minimum. And 12-foot ceilings? Well, you need that headroom for explosive stuff like box jumps or overhead presses. It's all about being safe and compliant. Okay, huge study tip alert. I mean it. Pause this, take a screenshot, do whatever you need to do to burn this table into your memory. This is straight from your textbook, and it is an absolute goldmine for exam questions. The NSCA loves to ask you to calculate the floor space needed for certain equipment. If you know these formulas, those are easy points. If you don't, you're just taking a wild guess. Now let's just drill down on one specific point, because you'll probably see it. For resistance machines, the absolute minimum space between them is 2 feet, but the preferred space is 3 feet. Knowing the difference between the bare minimum and the professional standard is exactly the kind of nuance the exam is designed to test. All right, so the gym is built, the equipment's all in place, we're done, right? Not even close. The work is really just getting started. Now we have to shift our focus to the daily duty of maintenance. And believe me, this is about way more than just wiping down the benches. This is about protecting your clients and protecting your investment. This quote just nails the two big reasons why maintenance is so critical. Number one, safety. A frayed cable can cause a really serious injury. And number two, longevity. That squat rack costs thousands of dollars. Proper maintenance helps you get the most out of that investment. So it's a win for your clients, and it's a win for your wallet. So how do you make sure nothing gets missed? Well, the NSCA provides this incredibly helpful safety checklist. I want you to think of this as your daily pre-flight check before the gym even opens. You're walking the floor actively hunting for potential problems: a cracked mirror, a loose bolt, a wet spot on the floor. Making this walkthrough a daily habit is the mark of a true professional. And as this table shows, maintenance is an ongoing thing with a clear schedule. Some stuff, like disinfecting the upholstery, has to happen every single day. No excuses. Other things, like lubricating the guide rods on machines, you can do a couple times a week. Knowing these different frequencies is key to running a tight ship, and yeah, it's something the NSCA absolutely expects you to know. And now we've come to our final topic, and you could argue it's the most important one. We've done everything we can to create a safe space, but we still need a plan for when things go wrong. Because as a personal trainer, you are often the first responder in an emergency. You have to be prepared. Every single facility must have an emergency response plan, and the most important word on this slide is written. It has to be a written document. Why? Because in the chaos and adrenaline of an emergency, you can't rely on memory. A written plan means everyone knows their exact job, whether it's calling 911, getting the first aid kit, or directing people out. There is zero room for confusion. This is another one of those things you need to know verbatim for the exam. The active shooter protocol is run, hide, fight. And the order is absolutely critical. Your number one priority is to run, to evacuate if there's a clear path. If you can't run, your next step is to hide. Fighting is the absolute last resort, only when your life is in immediate danger. Know this protocol cold. So let's bring this all home. The next time you walk into a gym, I want to challenge you. See it differently. Put on your new CPT eyes. Can you spot the potential hazards, the inefficient layout, the little maintenance issue that everybody else is just walking past? That ability to see the gym through a lens of safety, efficiency, and professionalism, that is what this chapter is all about. And that is what will set you apart and make you not just a good trainer, but a great one.